Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It's March 31st, 2019. Just did a live stream presenting all of the information behind the ritual of the murder of Nipsey Hussle. And in that presentation, for the second night in a row, my live stream was hacked. Somebody put up a graphic along with hardcore pornography. And I don't know what to do about it. I have two-party authentication. I don't know how this is possible, but 2 nights in a row hacked. Probably going to have to shut down the live streams and just upload videos like these. So, that said, let's talk about the death of Nipsey Hussle at age 33. How this connects to the death of Nipsey Russell, the comedian. Just wait until we get to it. It's undeniable what they've done. The death of Dr. Sebi. It was reported that Nipsey Hussle was working on a documentary to promote Dr. Sebi's work. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about his Grammy nomination and what it has to do with his death. The coincidence of him dying on the anniversary of the hip-hop film ATL, which his wife, Lauren London, starred in. And we're also going to talk about DJ Khaled's upcoming album, Father of Assad, set to release May 17th, which Nipsey Hussle collaborated with. So, let's go piece by piece. Again, a little review if you watch my shorter video. This man was born August 15th, 1985. He was 33 years old, an infamous number. And we'll talk more about 33 as we near the end of this video, why that number is so important. But from his 33rd birthday to his death was 228 days later. 228 days later, and in the language of letters and numbers, which is gematria, the word death equals 228. Again, if you're new here, I've been educating about this for 5 years. I've written a book about this subject. Go listen to the song Murder by Numbers by the band The Police. Song came out in the year 83. Murder equals 83. It's about how killing people is as simple as A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Also, check out the song Gematria, the Killing Name. Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. This comes from Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah. In Kabbalah's Book of Formation, it stated that God created the world by merging the letter with the number with the word. So that was from his 33rd birthday to his upcoming August 15th birthday this year, 2019, is 137 days. That's the 33rd prime number, like how his age of death is 33. His birth name was Ermias Asgedam, 137. And we're going to talk about how DJ Khaled's album comes out May 17th, the 137th day of the year, leaving 228 days remaining. We'll get to that. Notice the rap name Nipsey Hussle has gematria of 62. The word sacrifice has gematria of 46 and 62. The date of his death, March 31st, 2019, a date with a life lesson number of 46. He was reportedly a Crip. Crip has gematria of 46 and 62. Rap has that gematria of 46. Recall last year, we saw the death of P. Diddy's wife on the day leaving 46 days left in the year. There was also the other bad boy-related death, Craig Mack, at age 46 last year. Both by the numbers. Strangely enough, his wife, Lauren London, has this gematria of 62 as well. Again, if you're new here, there's 4 base ciphers, the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is 26. You just use the alphabetic order, turn each letter to a number. Then there's the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. That means making each letter a single-digit number. For example, R, the first letter in rap, is the 18th letter. So, using the alphabetic order, R is 18, A is 1, P is 16. 18 plus 1 plus 16 is 35. This next cipher, the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, instead of R being 18, you take the numerology of 18. 1 plus 8 is 9, so R becomes 9. A is still 1. P instead of 16 becomes 1 plus 6 is 7. So you have 9 plus 1 plus 7, 17. The next cipher is the alphabetic order in reverse. So Z is 1, back to A is 26, and then the last cipher is the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, making each letter a single digit. And today's date not only does it have 46 date numerology, it has 19. Notice rap and shot have overlap in 3 of 4 ciphers, and he was shot on this date with 46 and 19 numerology. 3 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9, 19. We're going to talk about how he was shot on the 3400 block in front of his store where the address is at. He would have turned 34 this year. His wife is currently 34. This is another number related with murder. And speaking of which, on this day in history, it's the 90th day of the year, Brandon Lee was killed. Once you know Brandon Lee's 90, he was killed during the filming of The Crow. The Crow has this gematria of 34, like murder. We're going to talk about the 38 ahead as well. Same day in history that Brandon Lee died, 1993, 26 years ago. So, thank you, OG Marcus. OG Marcus pointed this out, that Lauren London, she starred in the hip-hop film ATL, Atlanta, set on the 33rd parallel. ATL, just using the alphabetic order, is 33 as well, like his age of death. But today's the anniversary of the release of ATL, March 31st, 2006, 13 years ago, a number that's symbolic of time, the moon in its 13 cycles, you know, the sun and the 12 constellations. Again, today, March 31st, can be expressed 331, kind of like 331, the 67th prime, as I wrote about in my book. This is a date throughout history full of suspicious deaths, including Brandon Lee's. Blood sacrifice equals 67. He was murdered in front of a store. Store has the gematria of 77 and 58. It was his store, and we're going to talk about how specific this store was, the name of it, the address. To me, this signals that this store was not actually his own undertaking, but that he was put up to it as all part of his planned demise. And I'm going to show you just how planned and perfectly coordinated this man's murder was. This wasn't just any accidental shooting. He wasn't just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. This wasn't just some gang activity. This was a very coordinated and well thought out and planned ritual, planned to the extent that this man was made to open this store at this location because who's ever behind it knew that this is where he would be killed. And I'm going to prove that to you. But notice, store has the gematria of 77 and 58. Every news source is emphasizing he was killed in front of this store. Secret Society, 58 and 77. Freemasonry, Rosicrucian, Secret Society, they all have gematria of 58. King James, who has the Bible named after him, he was a Freemason and a Rosicrucian. He dropped dead at age 58. The album coming out that he collaborated with DJ Khaled, Father of a Son, has that gematria of 58. Now here's the address of the store he was murdered at on the 3400 block, 3420, where he was killed. And you know what? Look at the gematria of Slauson. Slauson. You see the 20 and the 43? Slauson, 20, deaths 20. The 43, killings 43. Murder 34, death 20. What an address in the 43 zip code. But again, murder 34. The name of the store was The Marathon Clothing, which equals 211. That's the 47th prime. There's 47 degrees on the Masonic compass, tribute to the 47th problem of Euclid. He was just nominated for a Grammy for his album Victory Lap, which released last year, February 16th, the 47th day of the year. And get this, from his death today to the upcoming DJ Khaled album, 47 days later. 47 days. That album's coming out May 17th. The album, May 17th. Again, May 17th, the 137th day of the year, the 33rd prime. The day leaving 228 days remaining. And notice DJ Khaled announced he'd be releasing this album on March 22nd, which is a big number with Freemasonry. Masonic equals 223. The people who control the world of entertainment, they're Masonic, and they're also mostly Zionist Jews, Ashkenazi Jews, meaning false Jews. In Revelation, there's a letter written to the Church of Philadelphia about the false Jews who are named the Synagogue of Satan, 223. And that's who controls your entertainment industry, from the recording industry to Hollywood. And they do everything by this code. Again, this code comes from Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah. With regards to Masonry, 33 is a number of fascination. The House of the Temple in Washington, D.C., 33 pillars on the outside, each 33 feet tall. This man killed at age 33 in a ritual, a Masonic ritual. Grammys equals 33. He was just nominated for that album that released on the 47th day of the year. Masonry, secrecy, order, police, all 33. All 33. And remember who wrote the song Murder by Numbers? The band called The Police. You know, one of the members of that band had a father that was in the CIA. Not an accident. This is the code your federal government works by, too. Again, your federal government, headquartered in Washington, D.C., named after the 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason, George Washington. Nation founded by Masons on the 4th day of the 7th month. So, Nipsey Hussle sounds a lot like Nipsey Russell, the famous comedian. And check this out. Nipsey Russell died October 2nd, 2005. That's the day leaving 90 days left in the year. Nipsey Hussle just died March 31st, the 90th day of the year, right? And check this out. Nipsey Russell was 87 years old. 87, Nipsey Hussle was 33. Look at what happens when you write out 90. With the alphabetic order, it equals 87, like Nipsey Russell's age of death. And with the alphabetic order and rules of numerology, 90 equals 33, like Nipsey Hussle's age of death. And what that tells me is the moment that Nipsey Hussle signed his contract, when he accepted his rap name, these people had his planned death. They knew they would kill him at 33 and on the 90th day of the year. And in time, he's been in the rap game for about 10 years. In time, they had him open up this store. They had him open up this store right here. This was in 2017, 2 years ago. And the day he opened this store, they were just, having their plan go in motion. They must have been looking for a spot in the LA area with the right vacancy, right numbers. Oh, there's the one. That's the one. Here's what you're going to name it. You're going to call it the Marathon Clothing. These people have all their deceits so planned out. If you've ever seen in the movies when they got up the bulletin board with all the red threads connecting all the different events, a red thread comes from Kabbalah. Kabbalah has this belief that all things in this world are connected, and they're connected by numbers. Look up the TV show Touch. It's about how all things are connected by numbers, and the show begins with a red thread running across the bottom of the screen. When they do the opening credits with the music, every episode, the red thread and the numbers. It's where all this stuff comes from. This is why they use the same repetitive numbers, because they all have symbolism. Kabbalah in Hebrew sums to 137. Hebrew is where this code of Kabbalah, this knowledge, originally is from. So, something else, go see the video I put out March 21st. March 21st, the death of Lil Mister on the 74th day of the year on the 7400 block. He was killed March 15th, the Ides of March. He was a member of Gangster Disciples, GD, G the 7th letter, D the 4th. At the end of that video, in the final 20 seconds, I say, just watch. I'm going to be back here in a number of days talking about another dead rapper in 74. And what's sad is this is the second time since I posted that video March 21st that I'm talking about a dead rapper in 74. First it was Lil Mister March 15th. Then it was the battle rapper Tech 9, whose birth name equals 74. That prompted somebody to ask me to look into the death of the battle rapper Party Artie, whose birth name was 74. And again, the reason I said at the end of that video that it won't be long until I'm back here talking about the death of another rapper in 74 is because this literally happens all the time. I've written a book about this. I've documented this so many times. There's so many rappers that have been killed in connection to this specific number 74, including Tupac Shakur, Notorious B.I.G., and so many more. Just again and again and again and again, 74. Nipsey equals 74, like rapper, like killing, like Masonic, like Jewish, like occult, like gematria, like English. Again, gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, which is occult knowledge, meaning hidden. It comes from the Jewish mysticism Kabbalah, which is practiced within Freemasonry. You got the song Gematria, the killing name. This is why the rappers with the 74. Just again and again. Recent news of YNW Melly killing his friends. They were murdered on a date with 74 numerology. There's just so many examples, you guys. It's insane. With regards to Los Angeles, where he was killed, it's on the 34th parallel. It also stretches into the 33rd parallel as well. Los Angeles sprawls. And it's on the 118th meridian. Remember, death equals 118. And so does Los Angeles, California. Notice Los Angeles, California, 118. Check out Paradise, California. Do you remember what day Paradise in Los Angeles burned? November 8th, 11/8. And they said that was the most deaths in the history of California on that day from a wildfire. You just had Mick Jagger yesterday announce that he has to cancel his tour due to his health. That announcement came 118 days from his birthday. You had the recent death of Prince in an elevator, 118, also 46, like Sacrifice. You had Robin Williams on August 11th. You had Joan Rivers on the day leaving 118 days left in the year. And there's really been 1,000 other examples too. And if you read my book, that chapter, Murder by Numbers, that chapter alone is over 150 pages long. It's just these same numbers again and again and again and again. And another number that comes up, 187. This man tweeted just before his death, hours before his death, having strong enemies is a blessing. And that has that gematria of 187, which is the California homicide code. I want to show you something else that's strange about that tweet. Having strong enemies is a blessing. Now, you don't see the 187 here because I used the rule, the numerology rule. In the base cipher, the number that really stands out to me, well, the 340 stands out because it's a lot like 34 with a 0 at the end. So does the 470 with a 0 at the end. That all stands out, but the 142 really pops because gematria is 142. See how gematria is 74? Look at English language. 142, 74. See that? But here, I want to show you something else. Fraternal Order of Police. Well, you know how earlier I was talking about 58 in Freemasonry? The Masonic network is the Fraternal 58, Fraternal Order of Police. Notice the 119, like 911 in reverse. If you don't know the Fraternal Order of Police logo, let me put that up here real quick. I want you to see their logo. I want you to see that it has a Masonic handshake on it. It's got a Masonic checkerboard floor, and it's got an all-seeing eye. I want you to see all-seeing eye. See the 119? See that? There's something else. When you use the rules of numerology with Fraternal Order of Police, look at the 187. Homicide code. Murder by numbers by the band The Police. Rappers getting killed in unsolved mysteries. How can that be? Especially in the surveillance age with cameras everywhere. Police everywhere. It makes me wonder if he even really made this tweet or, I mean, look how easy it is to hack somebody's account. Case in point, I have all the security features up for my Google account. I can't stop people from hacking my live streams and posting porn. So, things can get hacked in this world. I find it strange how many of these celebrities have these weird tweets just before their death. Again and again. We talk about this all the time. His Twitter handle, The Great, spelled the way he does. 3546, just like rap. Just like we talked about earlier. Shah. Got that gematria 46, the 46 date numerology. So here's the other thing. It came out that he was going to work on a documentary to popularize the work further of Dr. Sebi, who said, he had the cure for AIDS. I don't know that he really did, because anytime somebody asked him about it, he'd beat around the bush and not explain it. But he did advocate for important things like a plant-based diet and natural medicine. Anyhow, here's what's so suspicious. Dr. Sebi was born Alfredo Bowman in the year 33. And he was killed August 6th. Blood sacrifice equals 86. Like 86 to get rid of. From Dr. Sebi's death to Nipsey Hussle's death, 967 days later. And why does that matter? 967 is the 163rd prime number. 163 is the 38th prime number. Death equals 38. Death 38. Murder 38. Killing 38. RIP 38. Remember, Brandon Lee died on this day in history filming The Crow, 38. And if you don't know this, Bruce Lee's final movie that he died while filming was Game of Death. And if you've never seen Game of Death, you got to check out this film. Bruce Lee plays a character that's a lot like himself. He plays a Hollywood expert actor who's a martial arts expert. And in the film, he's doing an action scene, and somebody shoots him. And he's supposed to be shot at with a gun with blanks for the movie scene, but somebody loads a real bullet because they want to kill him. Now, the story with Brandon Lee is he was filming The Crow, and the stunt gun killed him. An accidental real bullet was put in there. That was the story that came out about Brandon Lee's death. But notice that film was released on June 8th, another date that can be written 8/6. Again, blood sacrifice is 86. Came out in the year 79. Murder equals 79. We put murder back up there. Murder 79. The film, or the song Murder by Numbers came out in 83. The Crow, 34 and 38, his son. And again, Brandon Lee, choosing the alphabetic order, is 90, dead on the 90th day of the year. This is where that phrase, your number's up, comes from. It comes from this study. If you've never seen the movie poster for Murder by Numbers, another point that we can make here that we've talked about many times. Let me see if I can make that bigger. Can you see that the E is changed into a 3 and the B's are changed into 8s and none of the other letters are messed with? 3 and 8. Murder, 38 and 83. Murder by Numbers. You don't think the entertainment industry is aware of this code? I challenge you to turn on any horror movie and just pay attention to the numbers they put in the background. So anyhow, Nipsey Hussle dead on a date with the 67 connection. 331, 331, the 67th prime. Dr. Sebi dead on August 6th. Blood sacrifice 6786, and their deaths tied together in days through prime number relationships. Also, the entire world of entertainment is run by this Masonic Zionist mafia. And it's like a spider web. Again, it's like a Kabbalah board with the red threads all over. It's also being talked about how Nipsey Hussle was just having a great time at the college basketball game cheering for Texas Tech. And he's dead at age 33. Notice Texas Tech equals 33. They upset Gonzaga and kept Gonzaga at 33 wins for the season. 33 wins. Basketball equals 85. Nipsey Hussle was born in the year 85. That was the year of the first March Madness tournament, and not by accident. Basketball 85. And notice March Madness has that connection of 46 and 118, numbers we talked about in connection to his death. So there's probably even more to this web of deceit, but the point I'm trying to make clear to people, these events are so well planned out, so well coordinated. If you want to be famous, if you want to get that big money and have music videos and get the radio recognition and the television recognition and the award show recognition, there's a cost, and that cost is your soul. There's a reason that almost all of these celebrity deaths are connected to the number 67, including today's. And look at the word soul with the alphabetic order. It's 67. Again, it comes on the 13-year anniversary of the release of the film ATL, his wife's film. And notice soul's 41 as well. That's the 13th prime number. So the word murder's 83. Notice soul's 23. Murder 83, that's the 23rd prime number. It's like these people are soul collectors. If you care about this knowledge, I highly suggest you go and pick up my book while you still can. It was recently banned on the site it was at. I posted on another site. They banned it. Right now there's a site that's selling it, but for how long, I don't know. I'm under constant attack. Live streams hacked, house attacked, personal life attacked, book attacked. Get this book while you still can. It is the complete understanding of this knowledge, where it came from, how it's been used throughout history, why it's important. Instead of filling up my comment section with the questions people always ask me, go read the book that I took 5 years to write. That's 800 pages long, that's priced at $5, as much as a hamburger. Support this work. I don't know why it is that I tune into live streams of people shilling and people are donating 100, 50, 100, 25, 20, and they're not even putting out any important content. I'm just asking people to go out and get the book for $5. And again, if all 50,000 of you out there subscribed that haven't picked up the book yet would do that, there'd be enough money to hire some employees, create a real team of people. We could be on the way to Los Angeles right now. We could be to the scene of the crime. Interviewing people who were there. What did they see? Who got out and did the shooting? There's people in this world who have those answers right now. They're not going to get put in front of a television camera. The mainstream media is not here to clue you into what's going on. It's to keep you living, in the world of lies and deceit and cover-up and agenda. So anyway, we'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Until next time.